Hi everyone, my name is Zhang from Open University. Today I'd like to share our work about understanding pedestrians' perception of safety and safe mobility practice. This work collaborates with my colleague Arosha Bandara from Open University. Walking is the most common travel mode, and it has a lot of benefits for the environment and people's health. However, evidence shows that people have walked less recently, and safety is the key barrier preventing many people from walking. People feel less safe, especially when walking alone in the dark, and women are more likely to feel unsafe than men. There's limited empirical work exploring the safe mobility practice of pedestrians in HCI. Motivated by this research gap, we try to answer two research questions. What are the people's perception of safety in walking? What are the current practice of people managing their safety when planning and walking? Before going into more detail, we refer to safety as the state of absence of harm and loss caused by arbitrary or intentional human and technical failure, and perceived safety as the person's sense of security and absence of anxiety related to walking. We design and run an online survey on Qualtrics to collect data. There are 41 study questions grouped into three parts. In the first part, we ask participants open-ended questions about their experience and practice of safe walking. For example, how do you manage safety when planning pedestrian journeys and during walking? And what are the barriers and concerns associated with safety? The second part asks participants to rate on 5-Likert scale, measuring safety concerns in different contexts, such as travel during the night or day, familiarity and the facility of the route, crime rate, and the presence of others. We also ask the participants demographics and walking patterns such as frequency and purpose of walking. The survey took about 30 minutes on average, and each participant who completes the survey was rewarded with £5 by prolific. We use the inferential statistics and thematic analysis to analyze the data. For statistical analysis, we use these measures of safety concern as dependent variables. So basically, we group different items in part 2 and sum them as safety concern scores. We recruit 665 representative sample of UK-based residents via prolific, and 449 responses are valid. Near half of them are female, and most of them are white and live in semi-urban and urban areas. Most participants work at least once a day, and exercise, shopping, and day out are the most common purposes of walking. Our findings show that people's perception of safety include both road safety and crime safety. For example, road safety concerns are related to risk of injury caused by other road users, animals, road conditions, or severe weather. The crime-related safety is related to being robbed, attacked, or sexually harassed. Both road and crime safety concerns are shaped by people's identity and working situation. Our work looks at identity factors such as age, gender, and ethnicity. Situation factors include the type of living area, facility, crime, familiarity, day or night, and the presence of others. Our statistical analysis shows that female participants have significantly higher safety concerns in many contexts than male. As participants mentioned, women have restricted area and time to walk alone, and they have to take extra precautions. Age also affects safety concern. People over 16 years old are less concerned about familiarity with the route, but more concerned about crime than other age groups. As one participant reported, being old makes people feel very vulnerable to crime. However, the gender difference in safety concerns are not significant among old people in many aspects. Although some people reported concern about antisocial behavior targeting East Asian people, our statistical analysis showed no significant difference in safe concern among different ethnic groups. People's safety concern is significantly higher when walking during the night than during the day. People are concerned more about crime than the facility of the road. Working with a few strangers make people concerned more than working with many strangers. To answer the second research question, we looked at people's current practice in keeping safe during the stage of planning and working. We found a diverse practice of participants when managing safety during route planning and working. These include multiple factors considered by participants, hybrid ways of collecting safety information at the planning stage, such as using navigation map, the reviews, and advice from friends and family, and people using multiple strategies for keeping safe during working. Participants also mentioned many challenges when planning a safe route. For example, a lack of information and tools for planning safe routes. The information is outdated and may be biased. A lack of knowledge or technology in finding specific information, such as for women. And the planning process is quite time-consuming. Technology failure and risk during the journey also highlighted. For example, participants report some maps suggest risky routes or going through private properties. And the mobile phone maybe distract people from paying attention to their current surroundings. To take away, our work indicates that safety cannot be defined by one-dimensional view. Pedestrian safety perception consists of both route-related safety and crime-related safety, and it depends on individuals' identity and working situations. Our work adds more empirical evidence to gendered mobility and safety after dark. We also extend existing work by providing insight on how the intersectionality of identity and situation shape the safety perception and practice, which we call identity-situated safety concern. For example, ethnicity and the type of living area have no significant impact on pedestrian safety concern, and people concerned more about crime than the facility and accessibility of the road. People over 60 years old concerned more about crime than the familiarity of the route. Human diversity cannot be reduced to a single dimension. We propose two implications for design with additional guidance to inspire designers to support safe working practice. Designing for user autonomy, which supports individuals to plan, decide, and react in the way they believe to be useful and protect them from potential harm. For example, designing customization in navigation technology allows users to choose which safety factor to consider, which crime information to see, and in which level of detail, or which safety measure to be provided for certain working situation. Secondly, the mechanisms for better using situated data, such as designing for encouraging and validating high-quality cross-sourced situation data. Thank you very much for your attention. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions.